Hey everybody, my name's Trish with Downey's Candle Company. Welcome back to my channel, and for this week, week 14, I am going to be making this little beauty. I named it Beach Flowers, but it is a candle that I make with some piped wax in there with, I have a layer on the bottom, then I have some piped wax on it. So if you want to see how I make this candle, keep watching. Okay, so I am ready to make these candles, and what I am going to use is these Libby straight-sided tumbler jars. I have some CDN 6 wicks that I use. Fragrance oil is sea salt and orchid, and that is from Candle Science. I'm using this wick centering tool, the wick holders, wick stickers, and the wick placement tool that I have. So I've already cleaned all my jars out with some rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to clean my bottom of my wick off with rubbing alcohol as well before I place my sticker on it. Put my centering tool inside my jar, and then I use my centering tool to place my wick right inside the jar. And I got these wick centering tools. It was a package, the centering tools and the wick holder, from West Sound Candle Supply, and they're made specifically for these Libby straight-sided tumbler jars, and they fit perfect and they work perfect every single time I've used them. I'm just going to put the wick holders on so that my wicks will stay in the center after I pour the wax and while it hardens up. I've been heating my wax while I was doing this. I used the EC26 coconut soy wax. I heat it up to about 210, 215. Then I add my fragrance oil right away and I stir it. I'm using 11% fragrance oil in these candles. And then I will get it ready to pour. And I don't know if you saw at the beginning when I was showing you my jars, there was a black Sharpie line on there. That's because I'm not filling these jars all the way with this wax. I'm filling it, I think, about an inch to an inch and a half up the jar, and then the rest of the jar will be the whipped wax that I pipe in with some other decorations you'll see that I have. So I use this pancake batter holder pourer tool, which if you've watched some other videos, a lot of people use these because they are nice and clean to use. Not that easy to clean after, but to pour these in, especially if you use wax melts or tea lights, anything like that, it's pretty easy to pour because you can just squeeze the button down, wax will come out. If you let go of it, it's just a clean stop to the wax, unlike sometimes when you're using a pouring pitcher, you might get dribbles up the side of the jar, or at least I have, and I still do, because I still do pour with my pouring pitcher sometimes. So once I've got these poured, I'm just going to let them harden up and solidify, and then I will go on to putting some of my wax in there. So now these candles are hardened up, and we are ready for the next step, which is piping in some of this whipped wax. And I got this ready. I've got my fragrance oil, same one, sea salt and orchid, in there along with some color. I did a mixture of purple and fuchsia, or hot pink, whichever color it's called. And so what I'm doing is I have a Wilton frosting tip in here, and I don't remember which number it is, but it's a star tip. And I'm just putting all this wax in a frosting bag because that's kind of the consistency. It's kind of the consistency of buttercream frosting. And then I'm just going to go ahead in and pipe it in here just like I would if I were making a cupcake or cake or cookie with frosting on it. So I pipe it in part way, and then I made these in beds a few days ago, and these are flowers that I picked a few different colors, also have the sea salt and orchid scent in them. And I just put them around the side because that's really the only way you're going to see them on the outside of the jar. So I get those in, and then I put some more piping in there. And I really just kind of pull the wick to the center because I'm not going to put another centering tool in here. I don't feel that you need to because you've already got it in the bottom, and this wax kind of holds it in a little bit. I haven't pulled this one to the center yet, but I'm hoping I'm going to, so it stays centered. Then I'm just going to put a few extra flowers on top. I've got these pearl white sprinkles. They're little balls and stars that I put on the top. And then I also have some biodegradable glitter that I am just going to throw on there for some sparkling it up. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these. I did do that wax off camera, but I just wanted to let you know that I did heat the wax up to 210, 215 so I could add my fragrance oil and make sure it binded with the wax. Then I let it sit, and I had to let it sit. It takes a while because you have to let it sit for quite a while so that it can cool down enough that where you can whip it and it does keep its shape. So I really couldn't even tell you how long it took for that to cool down, but it was probably a few hours at least, and it cooled down enough so that I could whip it up and then make these candles. So I hope you like how these candles came out. It was really a fun project to do. I hadn't done anything with whipped wax before, but I found it pretty fun to work with. And these are all set now, and I just have to label them and get them ready. I hope you liked watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you, and have a great day.